They say the truth will always come out. But that is a lie. Sometimes the truth is buried so deep that even God seems to look away. This is the truth. Everyone denied. My name is Mandy. I'm 35 years. I used to believe my life was normal. A small house, a smiling mother, a respected stepfather, a quiet little town that called him Pastor David. People loved him. They called him a man of God, and my mother, she called him a blessing sent from heaven. But heaven doesn't send monsters. It started the night my real father died. A tragic accident, they said. A drunk driver, they said. But the driver was never found. And my mother never cried again after that week. 3 months later, Pastor David moved in, with a Bible in one hand and darkness in the other. The first time it happened, I was 16. I remember the smell of his cologne. Too strong, too close. I remember freezing. My body was in that room, but my soul watched from the ceiling, begging it to stop. He whispered, God told me this was our secret. And then he smiled the next morning at breakfast like nothing had happened. The church called him holy. The town called him a savior. I called him my living nightmare. I tried to tell my mother once. Just once. She slapped me so hard. My mouth tasted blood and betrayal. Mother, don't you dare destroy this family with your filthy lies. That was the moment I learned the truth wasn't welcome here. From that day on, my voice didn't matter. My pain didn't exist. At school, I faded. At church, I smiled. At home, I disappeared. Nights became torture. Days became acting. But the worst part, everyone saw his hands on my shoulder, his eyes following me around the church, the way he never let me out of his sight. And they said nothing, because the truth made them uncomfortable, and lies made them comfortable. And comfort is what people choose over justice. On my 18th birthday, something changed inside me. Enough was enough. I left my phone recording under the bed that night, and for the first time in my life, the truth had a voice, his breathing, his threats. Pastor David, no one will ever believe you, but he was wrong about one thing. The phone believed me. The next Sunday, the church was full, front row. Same fake smiles, same holy songs, and me? I walked to the altar, with fire in my heart, shaking, terrified, but powerful. I pressed play. The church froze. Gasps filled the air. My mother collapsed to her knees, and the man everyone called holy turned into the devil they refused to see. He tried to run, but the truth runs faster than lies. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like my story. Police dragged him out of the church, in handcuffs. No Bible, no title, no God to save him. People who once praised him couldn't even look at him. My mother's eyes finally met mine, and for the first time, she looked ashamed. Mother whispered, I'm sorry. I chose comfort over you. I didn't answer, because an apology can't rewrite years of silence. I needed to heal. I needed to discover my strength as a woman, and so, that night, at exactly midnight, I walked away from that town, from that house, from that version of me, the girl nobody protected, and I became the woman who protected herself. The truth wasn't just exposed, it was honored. And for the first time in my life, I could breathe. My voice became stronger. They can deny the truth. They can bury it. They can silence it. But it always waits for the right moment to rise. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like my story. They say once the truth is revealed, the pain will end. But nobody tells you what comes after. They never tell you the truth has a price. This is what happened after I exposed him. This is the price of the truth. After I left, my mother came looking for me and she found me. She apologized and took me home with her. I thought healing has come, The place I once called home rather becomes a pain. The town turned against me. I thought people would hug me. I thought they would say, "We're sorry for not seeing it. We believe you." Instead, they crossed the street when they saw me. They pulled their children away like I was a disease. They looked at me like I had destroyed something sacred. They whispered among themselves, "She's the girl that brought down the pastor. Maybe she wanted him." They didn't see a survivor. They saw the girl who embarrassed their church. And suddenly, I became the villain in the story I lived through. The home becomes a war zone. My mother stopped speaking to me completely. The house became quiet. So quiet it hurt. No dinner waiting. No warm water. No, how was your day? Just walls filled with blame. One night, my mother stood in my doorway. So cold, so broken. "You ruined everything I worked so hard to build," she said. I wanted to scream. "He ruined me while you watched," but the words stayed locked in my chest like prisoners, because somewhere deep inside, she still loved him more than she loved me. Then came the threat. Then the messages started flowing in. Unknown numbers, empty calls, heavy breathing on the other side. And then, a text. Truth tellers disappeared too. For the first time, I was scared of the dark. Every shadow looked like a man. Every sound was a warning. He was in prison, but his evil was still walking free. And it was looking for me. A day came. I decided to meeting him again. I don't know why I went to see him. Maybe for closure. Maybe for courage. Maybe to stare my nightmare in the eyes. He looked smaller, older, but that same twisted smile was still there. Pastor David, his loud voice, mocking me. They stopped calling me pastor, but they still know who the real villain is out there. He smiled, pointing slightly toward me. "You needed attention, and you got it." But attention fades. Mandy, and enemies don't. I leaned closer to the glass and whispered firmly, "You ruined my childhood. I just showed them who you really are." His face tightened. For the first time, I saw fear, and that was the moment I knew. I had won more than a trial. I had broken his power. One came I could no longer bear it. I took a decision to leave. I packed a small bag. Not because I was weak, but because I was smart. That town wasn't healing me. It was killing me slowly. No more explanations. No more begging to be believed. No more living in a place haunted by lies. I left at midnight. Again, but this time, not in shame, in strength. I looked out through the window as the town disappeared behind me. And I whispered 3 words. I choose me. No more victim. No more silence. No more fear. Just a woman who survived hell and walked out with her head high. Maybe the truth hurts them, but it saved me. And my revenge wasn't destruction. It was survival. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is making sure you are alive. Making sure you survive. But did I really survive this time? Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like my story.